When I met Mr. Tan, the man with a determined look in his eyes, I couldn't help but notice the story that began in his early years of hardship. The eldest of 3 siblings, Mr. Tan had to abandon his studies at a very young age. At just 13 years old, he stopped going to school to help his family with agricultural work. During those years, I could clearly see the hardships my parents went through. I had to work to earn money to support the family, but deep inside, I always had a burning desire to learn and grow, he shared. Though he did not have a formal education, Mr. Tan didn't let that stop him. Instead, he taught himself from books and any materials he could find. He spent time reading about economics, management, and life skills. This formed a strong foundation for him later on. Even though I didn't have the chance for formal education, I learned on my own and always sought ways to improve myself. That was the most important thing in my journey, he said. As an adult, Mr. Tan began to think about starting his own business, a big dream for someone from a poor family. With limited capital and no in-depth knowledge of business, he decided to start in the paper manufacturing industry. The reason he chose this sector was because he saw that the paper market in Vietnam had a lot of potential but had not been fully exploited. He believed that if he did it right, he could dominate this market. In the beginning, he didn't have much money to invest in modern technology, and his production workshop was just a small house with a few unskilled workers. But he didn't give up. He continued to work hard, learn, and gradually improve his products. From the start, I knew I couldn't compete by doing the same as others. I had to do it better. The product quality had to be superior to attract customers, he shared. This vision helped his company slowly establish itself in a challenging market. The early years of entrepreneurship for Mr. Tan were filled with struggles. His small company lacked everything, from raw materials to production equipment. He had to fight with a lack of capital and difficulties in maintaining operations. He recalls, "In those days, every time I saw an unpaid bill or didn't have money to pay the workers' wages, I couldn't help but worry. But I couldn't let myself collapse. I had to keep going, find ways to solve problems." During that time, Mr. Tan had to do everything himself, from planning finances, managing production processes to searching for cheap materials while still ensuring quality. Despite this, he never gave up. He continued researching, improving products, and refining work processes. One of the key strategies he implemented was focusing on maintaining product quality. Quality is the key. Without quality, customers will leave, he asserted. Thanks to his persistence and ability to adapt to circumstances, his company gradually became stable and gained its first customers. As the company began to grow, Mr. Tan realized that one of the key factors for a business's success was a strong team of employees. Therefore, he focused heavily on building a team that was both skilled and cohesive. "I didn't just want them to work for me, I wanted them to grow with the company. We can't succeed without the contribution of each member," he shared. To achieve this, Mr. Tan continuously invested in employee training. He organized training courses, shared experiences, and created a friendly work environment where people could communicate and learn from each other. He not only trained technical skills but also emphasized work attitude, creativity, and respect for partners. A company develops not just through good products but also through a strong team that is always striving and creating in their work, he said. In the early years, finding customers was not easy for Mr. Tan. He recalls, "When we first started, our products weren't widely known. I had to work tirelessly to convince customers. And when a customer agreed to buy, I had to do everything to ensure they were satisfied. To achieve this, Mr. Tan focused on creating quality products, reasonable prices, and excellent customer service. He realized that customers not only wanted good products but also needed attentive and professional service. To expand the market, Mr. Tan also began collaborating with distributors, participating in fairs and product exhibitions. These strategies not only helped him build relationships with customers, but also created opportunities to promote his products. Gradually, his company established its reputation and became a trusted partner in the paper manufacturing industry. Once his company had established a strong presence in the domestic market, Mr. Tan began to think further into the future. He realized that in order to grow sustainably, his company needed to invest in modern technology. Technology helps increase production efficiency, reduce costs, and improve product quality. This is the key factor that will help the company go further, he shared. With this in mind, Mr. Tan decided to invest in modern machinery and equipment to improve the production process. He began researching and applying advanced technology in the paper manufacturing industry, which allowed the company to produce high-quality products at lower costs. The investment in technology not only helped improve productivity but also enhanced the company's competitiveness in the market. In 2023, Mr. Tan received the good news he had been waiting for. His company received its first export order to Europe. This was an important milestone in his business journey. After years of effort to improve products, find partners, and develop the production system, he had succeeded in convincing international customers to trust the quality of his products. Mr. Tan remembers that moment. When I received the confirmation email for the order from a European partner, I couldn't believe my eyes. This was the result of a long process, from investing in technology, building a strong team to continually improving product quality. This not only brought him great joy, but also helped the company establish its name in the international market. To ensure the order was delivered on time and with the best quality, he directed his team to work diligently. Every step of production was thoroughly checked to ensure no mistakes. This export order opened up new opportunities for Mr. Tan's company and reinforced domestic customers' confidence in the company's ability to provide quality products. This is just the beginning. I believe that with continuous effort, the company will have more opportunities for growth in the international market, Mr. Tan shared. With the initial success in exports, Mr. Tan realized that it was time for the company to transform and expand its scale. He began thinking about expanding production lines, recruiting more staff, and building branches in strategic areas. Expanding the scale not only helped increase production capacity but also enabled him to reach new markets. I have always believed that expanding production scale is not an easy step, but if you don't do it, you can't go further. Expanding scale is the way to maintain competitiveness in today's fierce market, he shared. To do this, Mr. Tan needed more financial resources and reliable partners, especially for raw material supply. Ensuring a stable and high-quality raw material source was crucial for expanding production. He started building close relationships with suppliers while also focusing on maintaining long-term relationships with customers. Expanding the scale not only helped the company grow in revenue but also created hundreds of jobs for workers. Every time the company hires new employees, I feel like I'm helping the community. My company is not just a workplace but also a place for many people to develop their careers, he shared. Despite his success, Mr. Tan faced many challenges in growing his business. During an expansion of production scale, he encountered quality issues that led to some dissatisfied customers. This was a major shock to him and his company. That was a big lesson for me. When the product quality doesn't meet expectations, no matter how good the strategy is, you can't maintain customers' trust, he said. After this setback, Mr. Tan didn't give up, but continued to improve the production process. He immediately implemented stricter quality control measures and quickly addressed any issues that arose. He also held regular meetings with his team to resolve any lingering problems and find ways to improve work processes. Failure is an inseparable part of growth. The important thing is what you learn from it and how you ensure it doesn't happen again, Mr. Tan shared. The lessons learned from failure not only helped him grow but also led to significant improvements in the company, enhancing both product and service quality. With his successes, Mr. Tan continues to nurture big plans for the future. He doesn't just want his company to keep growing, but also hopes to contribute more to society. I want to build a business that not only brings profits to me but also creates value for society. That's why I always focus on sustainable development, he shared. Mr. Tan is also considering investing in environmental protection projects, as the paper manufacturing industry has a significant impact on nature. We have been and are applying advanced technologies to minimize environmental impact. Our goal is to become a paper manufacturing company responsible to society and the environment, he affirmed. Additionally, Mr. Tan plans to expand internationally, not just in Europe but also in areas such as North America and Southeast Asia. The international market is a huge opportunity, but also full of challenges. I believe that with what we have built, we can compete with international competitors, he said. Mr. Tan's journey from a child of a poor family to building a large enterprise demonstrates that with persistence and ambition, nothing is impossible. His story is a great inspiration for anyone who dreams of entrepreneurship and aims for success. Thank you for listening patiently up to this point, and I would like to congratulate you on your listening, comprehension, and vocabulary skills improving every day. Along with that, your ability to concentrate has been and will gradually take shape. All the necessary abilities to succeed, whether in study or work, are thoroughly explored in each video I post. I wish you happy studying, and see you in the next videos.